taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. The option look. Now the pitch. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
They'll leave it with him. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another first down.
Run the football. It's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
They make the stop, but a good pickup there on first down.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Off the play fake on first down.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Dropping back, it's Price. He's got his man, makes the grab. They'd hope to be able to pick up enough after the catch, but a good stop leaves them with a fourth and short.
And a really good job by the defense being physical, understanding the situation of the game. The ball's going to come out quick. You know that. Go make the tackle, force the fourth down.
On fourth down, they'll try to throw it. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing?
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They're trying to get to it. And he just chucks it into the fourth row.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
Third down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. They'll run play action. Starting to feel a little pressure. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
And I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the offense on first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
On second down, they'll take to the air. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
During the week, you got to talk to your quarterback. What do you like? What's your favorite, safest routes, easiest reads? Love coming out with those early with the short passing game.
It's complete. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down.
That's a great lesson for young quarterbacks out there. You don't have to force every football deep down the field. I know it's 3rd and long, and that play definitely is designated to go to a wide receiver somewhere, but hey, check it down to your running backs. These guys are great athletes, and they can make good things happen when you give them the ball in space.
The short hands, it's Ncaa. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Second down coming up. To the ground with the back. Turns it on in midfield. They'll get him stopped at the 45, but it's a big 15-yard pickup and a first down. There's an idea that Clemson can only run the ball when they sort of trick you and get you in space, but they're showing a lot of versatility now.
Yeah, I think the word you were looking for was finesse. They've been a finesse offense, more about tempo and body blows than it is about, being physical up front. But if this unit does get that physicality and get that ground game and a good offensive line, I think that's when you see the best of the Clemson Tigers.
7, Clemson.
Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
Looking to go up top on first down. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Well, you just sort of felt like this defense had to do something to get this quarterback out of a rhythm, right? He's been picking them apart all drive long, and finally they come up with a sack.
Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. Feeling some heat. Fires to the big fella. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Running back goes in motion. Snap from the gun on third down. He'll try to do it himself. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Well, just a really nice job there on that third down, trying to get after this quarterback. And obviously they're not able to make the play in the backfield, but really nice job pursuing. You see the athleticism and the speed they have, how they play as a unit together. Only giving up a little bit of a gain and now setting up fourth down.
And the O will stay out there and go for it on 4th and inches. They'll try it on the ground. Discards a man. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's first and goal from the 8. There was no reason to hesitate on the sideline there. Just keep the offense out and go for it.
Dude, 4th and inches. If I can't get inches, I deserve to lose football games. So I'm going for it on 4th and inches every single time.
On first and goal, they have a chance to answer with a score of their own. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play call. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Starts to scramble to the left. Fires downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect them to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll move his way forward to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes on you, so you can't telegraph where the...
And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close.
Defensive linemen live to get after the quarterback, to get sacks, to get by those big hog mollies up front on the offensive line and say, you taste dirt.
After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Price. Zings it complete. The big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
The Ducks will snap it on 1st and 10. Quick strike complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. A great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. The Ducks will move the sticks.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, 1st down. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his man, it's Lee. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
Down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. He wants to throw. They're setting up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4. It's 2nd and 14. To the air. It's Price. Coming after him. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Though there are some notable exceptions, typically great pass rushers aren't nose tackles, but that was a great pass rush.
They're not nose tackles usually, those great pass rushers, but they are grown men. I mean, those are some adults in there. Those are the 300-plus pounders that will just destroy you in the run game. A nice job using his hands, using some power to shrink that pocket and get the sack.
This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. And he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. Their hope for a touchdown gone by the boards, but they'll try to put up 3 before going to the locker room. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. Field goal is good. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. Just one of those mistakes that can happen as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Okay, one more snap coming before halftime. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He's looking to throw it. They're bringing heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
The give to the back. And he's taken down after a short gain, and that'll do it for us here in the first half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. They're just about ready to kick it away.
Number 14, set to kick off.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Tight game as we start the 3rd quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the 2nd half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Now on 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Linebacker shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Wants to throw on first down. He's going to run it. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Using his feet to buy time. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. He's loose down the left side. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
A first down run in the red zone. Touchdown, Tiger! And that one will give him the lead. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
He'll come out throwing on first down. On the move, he fires. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, he started rolling to his right, and because of that, it allowed the defender some time to close the distance between himself and the intended target, and his speed got him to the point he was able to come away with the pick.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he's looking downfield. Going to try to get it himself. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. Immediately fires to the middle. And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense, too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up 4th down.
Makes the catch past the sticks. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Working that left side now. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. This Clemson offense moving quickly down the field. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal for this offense. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. And he's going to run it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. The run to the left. And look, this guy has some serious moves, and he tried all of them and still didn't get loose. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Gets it out fast. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down.
They've got the weapons to stay aggressive. You just made a big play. Let's see if we can take a shot here into the end zone, score, and try to save as much time on the clock as we can.
To the air, it's Price. Now sliding to his left. Trying to make magic with his feet. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And the Ducks come to the line with a new set of downs. He's going to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Got his man on the right. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. The Ducks are in the hurry-up. Now from inside the red zone. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Makes the grab. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give him a finish. He'll set up to throw. And that ball is intercepted at the goal line. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Late in football games, I have a plan. I want to run the football. I want to put my quarterback in great situations if I do throw it. Low risk, keep that clock moving, get a few 1st downs. And if I get a few 1st downs with that clock moving, I get the W and get out of here.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Crosses the 40, gets it down to the 35 before he stopped, a gain of 6. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. This offense has a 2nd down play. Leaves it with the back. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing that.
You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
He leaves it with the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There were some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff understanding